Trying to decide whether that new game is worth your $60? Or maybe you're just wondering if an old game is worth your time. Well, you came to the right place. This is the only podcast that tries to answer the question,
should I buy it though?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Should I Buy It Though? I'm the Fallen Guy.
I'm Nick, been a fall guy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's yours is easier to do.
TJ Folly.
I'm Amanda Fall. Just Fall.
Fall Costa.
Fall Costa. Thank
Damn it,
you, Tatos. I'm not that clever. I'm sorry. Just go. Just go.
And I am Nick Fallazo guy.
There we go. That's it.
Mwah.
Yeah.
And this week we are talking about Fall Guys. If you don't know what Fall Guys is, yes you do. But
yes, you do, asshole.
Yes, you do, idiot.
don't lie to me. But season 2 released recently, and so now that we've kind of seen what the game looks like as far as evolutions and all of that as a longer term game and service, we think now's a good time to kind of evaluate where, like, if you haven't bought it yet, should you? So yeah. Today's resident, I guess not expert or kind of expert, but at least resident Fall Guy is, fat
Addict.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys lover. I was thinking foul, like fallow, like the love, like the Latin adjective, like philic. The
Phallic?
Fall Guy, philus.
I mean,
don't know.
saying
Fall Guy
phallic
phallic?
wouldn't be incorrect because the number
That's
of times
true.
that Palazzo has
Okay,
said
Nicholas-
he wants to make love to a fallen guy is
It's true.
Yes. So Palazzo, you know what? I'm just gonna give you the floor to get us started here.
Okay, cool. It's probably both me and TJ at this point, honestly, because I think at the front half of things, I was playing it like every day, and now here at the back half, TJ seems to be playing it more than myself. But
TJ has never wanted to be intimate with a Fall Guy.
That's true. I can't argue with that. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and open it with a banger of an opinion. This is the antithesis of The Last of Us Part 2 in terms of video games of the year, because this game is just pure joy and pure happiness. It read the room. It knew what the people wanted. It gave us another battle royale, which isn't unique, but it put it in such a frame that everyone could get in on it. Everyone could play it. It's super user friendly. When it came out, I don't think it was that difficult. It's for all ages. There's a ton of game modes. There's a ton in the game, which we'll get into. It is the family game of the year, I think. And yeah. I know a lot of people have other strong opinions, but like it's a joyous occasion with your friends online. It's really a fun time.
Not to fight you like straight out the gate, and it's not even like an opinion or anything, but just because it is technically a battle royale, but I don't consider it that. It's just like a multiplayer game and someone wins. As games usually go, like,
Yeah,
but I understand why it's referred to as a battle royale. It's just
Right.
like to me that just always feels so wrong every time I hear that. I'm like,
for the sake of the review, I guess I could go into that more.
Please do.
It's not a battle royale in the traditional sense that you may think. It is not a Fortnite. It's not a PUBG. It's none of that. The reason I said it was a battle royale because you start with a large group of people. I think it's 60, and then you're whittling it down until you're left with only one person at the end. So I guess it's a battle royale format. There's a lot more to it, though. It's not shooting each other until there's one left standing. There is a ton of different game modes. There's races to the end. There's elimination battles. There's team battles. I guess the perfect way to describe this, because this is how it was described when it came out, it is like a mixture of Wipeout and Takeshi's Castle. And for those of you that don't know, Takeshi's Castle is a Japanese game show that is sort of like, it's their version of Wipeout. A bunch of people go through a bunch of obstacles, silly obstacles, race to the end, that sort of thing. So it is basically that. But there's a wide variety of different game modes in this that you can enjoy or hate. They come in all shapes and sizes. There's some good ones. There's some not so good ones. I guess I'm going to go ahead and jump right into like my only negative part of the game is the team battle aspect, the team game modes. A lot of it is left to RNG. Yep. And if you don't have a good team, you're screwed, which sort of defeats the purpose of the rest of the game, because the rest of the game requires a lot of skill on your part. But as soon as you jump into a team game, you're fucked for the most part.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of offset it by introducing new like game modes per se, but even those game modes are like timed. Like they did gauntlet battles where you would basically never get a team battle because everything is just like up to you and it's only races. Right now they're doing like only the slime races where people get eliminated by slime. So there's no teams in that. Just because I think a general consensus is people are upset that if your team sucks, you're basically screwed out of the game.
But that's one of the major positive parts of the game, right? Is oh my god, the developers of this game, they listen to their community more than I've ever seen a group of developers listen to their community. They are always on Twitter, getting feedback, taking polls, always fixing their game. There's not just seasonal updates, there's mid-season updates, little tweaks here and there to the game. And one of those major complaints that people had was the team games just suck the fun out of a round because it's pure RNG. It really is. So they alleviated that in Season 2 by adding these specified game modes. You could either play the main show, which is a group of all the game modes at once you could play through, or you could play these little subdivisions of game modes where for about a week long it's only the gauntlets, so you're running from point A to point B and you only play those game modes and it ends in Fall Mountain. Or this week, which is my favorite so far, is all the slime missions, which is the elimination round. So you get slime climb, hexagons all the time, jump showdown, all that stuff. And that, to me, is to sort of put at ease the overload of like some of the team missions that people were getting fatigued of. They would go and play that game mode because then they didn't have to worry about team battles at all. So I think that's just them listening to their community, which is a plus for sure.
I mean, I'll absolutely back you up on that. The developers do seem to be very engaged with the community and very responsive. So that's usually a plus. I mean, I think you have to draw a line somewhere, but I don't think that they've had any problems in that respect. And also, I do think that you see the quality of life improvements, like the stuff like the limited game modes, where even though you are still playing games that exist in the game, just by the kind of setup of it, even though it's a simple thing, it's a good way to maybe, if you do enjoy Fall Guys, but you start getting a little tired of it, maybe stuff like this will help keep you interested in playing it. Yeah. I'm curious. I want to hear a little bit regarding gameplay and how you felt about it from everyone. But in particular, I know Benetatos had some funny stories, and I know Amanda had a very interesting experience with Fall Guys as well. So yeah.
Who do you want to start with?
I guess Benetatos, go ahead, and then we'll dissect Amanda.
I don't remember having a funny story. I just remember...
Palazzo was telling me that you would get a very invested in the game. For lack
you
of
get very angry on Seesaw. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I hate people, and this game just helps me hate them more. Other people. So I just hate not being in control. I love tight controls. I just like being in control usually.
Yeah.
So it's super aggravating. I really just I wanted to play with Palazzo. I played a couple games with Palazzo, but really I just wanted my one win, just like with PUBG, the other like battle royale game. I just want to win once and then get out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, PUBG is still fun. Fall Guys is super stressful the entire time for me and not fun. And like I feel like I die in so many cheap ways. Like I want to feel like it's my fault when I lose, and a lot of it's just the Fall Guys are naturally super clumsy and bumbly, and I could be doing everything right, but someone bumped into me like while I'm jumping, and that makes my guy fall, and then it's inconsistent on Seesaw, especially if you dive or not. Sometimes you roll down anyway. The net code, there's that problem with tail tag. You can force grab people's tails from like 20 yards away. I hate that so much. Yeah. They gotta fix that. You gotta fix it.
It's gotten better, but it's still not great.
And so, yeah, like I think that I just wanted to get the win. So when I finally did get that win, I felt really good. But then afterward, I didn't want to play anymore. And that's the reason I stuck around so long.
I think it's very funny because you and I have somewhat similar but also opposite experiences with the game. To me, because they are so clumsy, and it's kind of like, I don't know, there's just something about the game that, like, as a resident, like, you know, give yourself hernias, like, while playing games person, from the amount of tension I carry, like, I'm so I don't think I've ever really stressed out in a game of Fall Guys. I'm kind of like, whatever. Like, it's so easy breezy. I'm like, oh no, I'm falling. Well, okay. Oh, I lost.
Have you won yet though?
Nope. And it doesn't piss me off either. I'm just like,
it depends though, because like Seesaw is definitely one of those things where it's just like, why are you people idiots? It's literally a Seesaw.
Oh no, dude. Seesaw's my favorite, even though everyone's an idiot. No. Like, I just. I don't know.
No, it's later. It's like Tiptoe, stuff like that. Like where
I love Tiptoe.
Or
Tiptoe's
like
fun.
me and Palazzo, a lot of that thing will be almost at the end, but we get Fall Ball, and our team is garbage. So all that work is gone, and we have no chance of winning because our team doesn't know how to play Fall Ball because no one's ever played Rocket League, I guess.
Yeah, that does suck the energy out of rounds, honestly. But it's also rewarding if you make it to the end, because a lot of the final rounds, other than tail tag, is just you and your skills with the game, like Jump Showdown or Hexagon especially. Like, I've never sweat so much during a game before. Yeah. Hexagons is a good round. Hexagons and Slime Climb, because there's tension there of just, you're at the end, I could win this, and it requires like a buttload of concentration and skill, which is hilarious to say in a game that's so cutesy like this. But
I hate it, but at least those take skill, whereas the like Fall Mountain is kind of RNG based on how the rocks fall on you, and the fruit shoot too. Oh my god, RNG is either with you or against you.
It's true.
So Amanda, do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience with Fall Guys?
Sure.
I know it's a brief tale.
It's a very brief tale. I played the game. I got the game because Palazzo, like, I watched Palazzo play it first, as I'm sure a lot of people did, and I enjoyed watching Palazzo play very much so, and I still do. And so, you know, it was like, okay, like, we can all join the stream, let's get Fall Guys. So I got Fall Guys, and I played Fall Guys. I played Fall Guys, okay? I played it with John and your brother. We did that. And I tried a bit on my own as well. And I clocked in just under 2 hours. And I know that for a fact because in order to return the game, you have to play under 2 hours. And I returned the game. I returned Fall Guys. I like can't look at my screen because they're all looking at me and it's like really intense. I know Palazzo's like eyes are just daggers and I can't look at him right now.
It's great because Palazzo's like the center of the mass of all of us. It just looks like this like Ice King like smiling at you.
So we're just so I returned the game. Long story short, I returned the game, and I personally wasn't having fun. I didn't have fun playing it, but I enjoy other people playing it. I enjoy watching others play it. Like, I enjoy watching Palazzo play it. I enjoy watching TJ play it. I enjoy that. It's funny, and the commentary is great. But me, myself, I just don't have a good time, or I didn't have a good time, and I think that's a pretty unpopular opinion. That's just how I feel.
I feel you.
I'm a little surprised that you agreeing, so that's great. I'm glad. But I feel like you, Tados, you definitely got into it way more. I
stuck around longer, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to win. I could at least like stay for that, you know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I just
playing like competitively with shit controls just is frustrating.
No, yeah, no doubt. That I get. I mean, because it did also just look really cute. Like, I love these little jelly bean people. Yeah. It's adorable. And
well, in its fairness, I don't think the controls are shit.
Bro.
It's literally three buttons. There's the movement analog stick, there's the jump button, and there's the dive. and the grab. That's it.
The jump button is delayed. The Fall Guys themselves will fall over for anything. They are Fall Guys.
They're Fall Guys. You know, you can't blame them.
Yeah, but the jump delay, I don't know if it was like that on PC. There was that on the PlayStation. Well, that's just something you feel out. Once you get the rhythm to it, that's not an issue anymore. And the bumping around with the other Fall Guys, that's part of like the design of the game, and that's another obstacle you have to overcome. It gets to the point where the actual obstacles aren't obstacles, it's the people.
Make into an obstacle.
I know, that's why I hate it.
This is them just saying, get good.
It's other people ruining it for you, and I hate that.
That's part of the competition.
And now a lot of people, especially now that as the game's going on, people grab you as you're about to jump from a ledge.
Oh yeah, they give your jump.
Makes me want to drive over to their house and fucking shoot them. Jesus Christ!
In slime climb, it's the worst because people block the main pathway to go forward. Yeah. I hate that. But if you're good at the game, you can figure out how to get around.
It's like in real life, I could do this so much easier.
Well, you guys bring up a good thing to talk about, which is the whole tech aspect of the game in general. But before we move on to that, I do kind of want to hear from TJ, because I know TJ is another one of us who kind of got really into the game. And so I want to know, like, TJ, what is it that hooked you about the game? We've heard some stories about things people didn't like. So now I'm curious, why did you get so into it? And I know you were struggling to try and get to level 40 before the first season ended. I was, dude. I had to get to it. I think that was just a personal goal, just because I was so close, and I needed to get to 40 before season 2, just so I was like, I made it. But yeah, I clocked in a lot of hours of Fall Guys. It's just it's something easy to play. It's easy content if you're streaming, because you really don't have to pretend to be excited or to be legitimately angry or anything. Everything comes naturally just from the nature of the game itself. It can get a little repetitive, but if you're just focusing on playing and having fun, you don't really notice it for a while. And then also just I usually play with my friend Kevin, who decided to take it upon himself to be an absolute menace in the game. And it's just funny to be around that while one of those people was just pushing people off of the ledges, grabbing people's legs before jump showdown and stuff like that. Keep them away from Nick.
Throwing in your own kind of fun into the game itself. Those people
but that's a good
stand on it.
John, sorry, before we move on to tech, that's a good point TJ brought up a second ago. It's fun, obviously playing with your friends. It's a great time just digging around. But another thing that kept me going, at least for all these months, it's 2 months, it's not all these months, for 2 months,
it's only been 2 months?
It's been 2 months. It came out in August.
Bro.
It feels like forever.
Feels like forever. But anyway, it's the game is designed in such a way where there's always a goal to set for yourself, whether it be like Nick did, where I just want to get 1 crown, or I need to get to level 40 to get all these rewards, or the way that the trophies are set up. There's always a different way to one up yourself or to go after, and that keeps people playing the game. And it's designed in a way where by the time you're done with those goals, the next season's already out and you're already back into it. Or if there's a costume you want to buy, we'll talk about the cosmetics probably later, but there was a Sonic costume that just came out a couple days ago, and that revitalized my love for it, because I'm I need to get 10 crowns tonight before this Sonic costume goes away. And that's what I did. I played till 2 a.m. to just get those crowns and buy Sonic. It was fantastic.
See, you brought up an interesting thing, both of you, regarding the playing with your friends and all of that, and just kind of in my experience playing with it, because compared to other online stuff, and if you really want to go battle royales, if you compare it to battle royales where you can do duos or squads or whatever, in this game, sure, you can play with your friends, but you don't really get to interact or help each other much at all. I feel like it's just an excuse to talk to each other, which is fine. That's
oh no, you can help your friends
a lot of times.
Actually, yeah. Wait, Palazzo was trying to help me.
As long as your friend isn't completely garbage at the game and can basically play, you can do a lot. Keep people away from the goals so your friends can come over. You can push people out of the way.
Exactly.
You can push items into them. It's best when you have your team, your actual friends and team, when you're into those team games, because at least you can coordinate with one person. Look, I need you to do this so these guys don't ruin the game for us.
Palazzo,
go ahead, Nick.
Palazzo would when we played tail tag, he'd sacrifice his tail for me so that I could stay in the next round. He'd give up his tail.
Well, yeah. Before Nick even had a crown, I'm like, Nick, you just got to make it to the end. I will sacrifice myself for you to win this. Yeah. And in the team games, you're automatically put into a team with the
your
people
friends.
You're playing with, so you can communicate with each other. And I know Nick saved my ass a bunch of times in fall ball because he was a lot better at it than I was. So. It's probably a better experience to play with your friends, and it's more enjoyable that way.
The one downside is because you're better. So like, we had a rule, right? Like as soon as if one of us died on the first round, we just start again. But after that, usually we stay. But one has to watch the other just play the rounds if they get out.
Right.
Yeah, this game is very like if you've ever played like a bad game of D&D where like when it's not your turn you're on your phone, like that's what it was. I would die and I'd be like, all right, cool, and I'd like tell my brother, I'd be like, all right, keep going, I guess.
They took that from Battle Royale, so they're just like, you lost, but you can watch your friends have fun.
Yeah.
But
I mean, fair points. Cool. So let's move on to tech really quick, and I don't think we need to dwell on this too much, but I will say I do think that the game is not technically the best overall. I know you guys were mentioning control issues, and like I don't fall on either side very strongly, but like Palazzo was saying, he's like, oh, once you learn the delay, you can adjust for it. Sure, but that's not something you should ever have to do in a game, in my opinion. But to me, the bigger problem is, which Benetatos mentioned earlier, is the netcode. There was a period where, and it has gotten better, but there was a period where I would disconnect from games like, I want to say 4 out of 5 times I would disconnect, whether it was at the very beginning or in the middle of a game. Like, I hardly ever got to finish my games. Yeah. It's a little better now, but, like, there's still issues. It still happens. I think it's just
because their servers weren't meant for it to have that many people because they weren't expecting it to take off as it did.
Yeah, that was in the first couple weeks. Yeah. Well, exactly what TJ said. There was an overload of people on this game, and I don't think they expected that rush of people and the popularity of it, which the same thing happened to me. The first weekend of the game was unplayable. I waited a whole week before I even jumped into it because you would just get kicked out immediately. But now all that stuff is flawless. Like, I haven't been kicked out of a match since that initial month of August, and the matchmaking is super fast compared to other battle royales. You're like immediately into another game. I don't know how it is on PC, but PlayStation 4 you are into the next match immediately. There's none of that like 10-minute waiting period in Fortnite or any of that BS. Like, you're into the next game immediately.
Nah, dude,
on
I still
PS4.
like have problems dropping, or like we'll be waiting for like 3 people to come load into a lobby.
That's hilarious because I was gonna say, like, before you started talking, like what I was gonna say was I still run into connection issues from time to time. I was gonna say it's better, but it's not flawless. So like literally opposite. And 2, I was gonna say that now it wasn't the case before, but now wait times are horrendous. I fall asleep waiting for a match to start.
I have better wait times, but I still wait.
And I think even on PlayStation now, frame rate is even better.
Frame rate and visuals are much better since the Season 2 update. Yep. For matchmaking, it might be because there's more people on PlayStation and we'll talk about this later, the game was free on there for the initial month that it came out. Free for PlayStation Plus users. Yeah. So I'm sure there's still a lot more people playing on PlayStation than PC, and that might be why, but I don't know.
And to your point, John, you said that you don't think there should ever be a delay. What's the game? Castlevania, like the old ass Castlevania, is purposefully delayed with the jump. But
there's a difference between.
There's a difference because online, I don't think it's purposeful, and especially with an online game, adding a delay to already with ping delay and stuff like that is not a good idea to me, especially in competitive game. If this was like a Human Fall Flat or a Gang Beast, like that kind of shitty control but still fun, goofy goof, then I get it. But it's a battle. I think it is a battle royale,
especially because like there are games where you have to jump at like exact.
On Hexagon is the one where I was like, I have to learn it because it took me a long time. So just
exactly. You have to learn it.
This like Jump Showdown is the one where it speeds up and you got to jump exactly the right time. I've never really
In
experienced
fairness to it, though, it's not like the ping delay affects the jump because the jump is super consistent. Once you have that timing down, it doesn't change or fluctuate. It's not like all of a sudden, oh, I could jump as soon as I press X. No, it's designed the same exact way. Every time you jump, it's going to jump at this time, whether there's a delay or not. My problem with the delay input is when it comes to like tail tag and stuff like that. Because in those rounds, you could get grabbed. Your tail could get grabbed from you when someone's on the complete other side of the map, and you don't even know where the person is that grabbed your tail. That's unfair and stupid. Yeah. But I don't think there's an issue with a delay in the jump because that's consistent, and you could plan for it. You can't plan for losing your tail when there's no one around you.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb.
And at that point, you just got to think up strategies in order to get other.
Right.
Yeah. Any other tech stuff, or do we think we can maybe move on to the two other big things that I think are left to talk about on my end would probably be like the cosmetics / reward loop, and also just pricing, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's open up with like the dopamine cycle of the game, which I think feeds into the cosmetics and that sort of thing because that's usually what you're working towards with your victories. So I don't know, like, can you guys speak on how that felt for all of you? Like, did you buy into it? Did you care, or like no?
Well, I kind of lucked out and I got a color that I really liked early on in the game, and then I got the same skin that I'm probably never going to change like early on. So like I've never been super like excited about any of the other skins because I'm just like, this is my baby, like I'm gonna hold this. But like they do have like a lot of cool stuff. And like there's a store and it always cycles. There's like legendary stuff that cycles every couple of days. I think it's every 3 days or so. And then there's another part of the store which refreshes every so often on like hours. And then like the costumes change in rarity and whatnot. You can get colors. You can get colors. You can get costumes. Now they added, you can get like plaques and names and like titles and logos and stuff. So they get you to keep coming back and playing. And you can spend everything. You can either spend the in-game currency, which are either crowns, which are dubs, or kudos, which are like the coins you can get just from playing the game itself. Or you can buy them, of course. Which I feel like a lot of people did like early on.
Change your outfit as soon as you can, or you will be bullied for being a default. Other players will seek you out, just as you know to fear the 10 crown costumes.
The thing about that thing is too, like there aren't a lot of people who are super original. Like you can always tell what's the popular costume. Like, and there's a bunch of Sonics running around. At one point, everybody was a hot
you fear
dog,
those guys.
You could tell who's good at the game because of that.
Yeah. So when you look like a default, you will be bullied by the other players because they know you're new.
Nick was aggressively bullied more than I was.
But the thing is, like,
wait, can they talk to you?
Even if you're not super good at it, you could just get...
like
they'll
they're
fuck you
harassing
over.
you. And,
they would grab him more than others.
Yeah, they
that
grab me on the balancing mini games. They'll grab me like to pull me down with them and shit like that.
Fucking
assholes.
I think it's just them in general. Like, if you see someone in one of those costumes, you know to avoid that person. Like, there were definitely times where I was just like, I'm avoiding every pigeon. Like, I'm pushing every glizzy. Like, everything.
Well, it's like in real life. Like, if you see a billionaire walking around, you're like, oh, you've killed someone. Like, somehow you've done, like... Well, directly for me, or indirectly, you've killed someone. You know,
that's I got to the like, you know what? That guy has way too much money, and I hate it. Let me get rid of it.
Yeah, I got to a point in the game where I sought some of those people out. Like I as a usual trend in that game, I didn't want to play unfairly. I didn't want to throw people off the edge. I didn't like playing like that. But if I saw a Sonic outfit or a Peabody outfit, I'm like, they're going to be a threat in hexagons. I need to end them right now. And those would be the people I sought out.
Those are the ones who like grab jumps or like push people off and roll out.
Oh yes. But the rewards, they're always cycling new ones, and there's so many. Like it was very rare when I saw a repeat on a different day. Then you could get rewards from almost anywhere. There's the main shop where you could buy it with kudos or crowns. Crowns you get with wins, like TJ said. You could get it from leveling up, levels 1 through 40. You got your first hot dog outfit there in Season 1. Bunch of different outfits. And now there's themed outfits for Season 2, like a Duchess you could get, or the Valkyrie. different things like that. Or you could get it from the actual DLC store on the PlayStation Store. And the way they handle that, we'll get into money stuff later, but it is not in your face. They don't force you to go there. And when you do go there, if you want to check it out, there's only like 3 costumes at a time. The way they handle that is super, super nice and professional. It is on the very last page of the game, so you have to really look for it. And the kudos you could get just by playing the game. So anyone could get these cool skins. You don't necessarily have to get crowns.
Just by playing and level up. They'll give you some.
Through leveling up, you get free crowns. It's super nice, super user friendly.
I want to talk just for a second about. I love the naming of them because it's like kudos, where it's just like you did a good job, like congrats.
Yeah.
And the crowns are called dubs because like usually you have to win to get one. So I think that's so clever.
Yeah. Super funny.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I actually think they did an excellent job of handling all of that, and I think they do a good job of refreshing stuff so that you always have something interesting. Personally, that's just not the cycle that appeals to me. Like, the only thing I cared about, because I'm a dino nerd, was when I first started playing, I was like, I need the dinosaur costume. And once I got the bottom and the top of a dinosaur, I was like, cool. I literally could care less about any other outfit in this game. So, like, the closest I get to, like, messing with that cycle of reward is if I'm already playing the game, I will, and I'm, like, getting tired of it, I'll just be like, let's play another round, and I'll just keep saying that until I, like, finish filling up the bar. And then I'm like, okay, cool, I leveled up, I'm done. I guess just because my brain wants to see it done.
Because, like, I got a music note skin. And then I got like a color scheme where it's just like white and gold. So my Fall Guy is white with like gold music notes everywhere. And I'm like, oh, this is my shit. Like I love this. Like I'm never gonna change this out. So like I feel you on the whole like I don't really care what else pops up in the shop. Like unless like something really, really cool pops up. Like currently I'm playing to get to 33 or 35 because they have like a new color in there where it's like red and gold, which is Valor, and I was like, all right,
gotcha.
Like, I want that now, but I feel you on that. That mostly appeals to the kids and stuff and like the whole Fortnite generation where they were just like, I got this skin, it's limited edition and it's epic and it's legendary.
But it does it in such a nicer way because the skins are actually like solid. Like the hot dog skin, that's the first one you get, and it's a hot dog. It's awesome. It's not just like, oh, now I'm the same character but blue. Like, yeah, they have some of that here and there, but like you could be a hot dog or a dinosaur or a Sonic the Hedgehog. Like it's quality stuff, and they're always doing collaborations with people.
They turn a streamer into a Fall Guys costume. It was very interesting.
Oh my god, the memes are ridiculous, guys. This Twitter is a must follow. I got a Twitter for this game because it was the funniest thing I had ever seen in a while. Like, they are always pumping out memes on their Twitter. That's why everyone hates on the yellow team, because that's what they deemed it. So they're like, yellow team sucks, right? And everyone, of course, jumped on the bandwagon. They have this hammer called Big Yeetus, where there's a random hammer that pops up eating people over and over again. Just follow this Twitter if you haven't already, because every day there's new funny content on there. So good.
Are we good on kind of that whole aspect, or do we want to move on to money / price, monetization, that whole thing?
They can move to like money.
Cool. So very simple overview. I mean, we've said it already, but the game's $20. And if you had, apparently not anymore, but for the first month at least, it was free on PS Plus, which is how I think the grand majority
it'll probably
of people
get free
got
again, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what you need to know price-wise. There's no like hidden anything. You don't have to pay for a battle pass or anything. But there is quote-unquote DLC, which they sell, which is just basically skins that you can buy. And like honestly, I think that is more than fair. I have no issues with it.
Definitely, especially since it was free on PlayStation, and it's only $20. Like, and you get so much content out of it and so much time put in, at least for me. Like,
and it's not like they're locking, like the good stuff behind the paywall. Yeah, so like I really couldn't care less.
I'm appalled that it's $20. I think it should be free.
Oh, I'm referring to the monetization strategy.
I think
the game is $20, not the DLC.
Free,
not the price. I'm talking about the DLC stuff.
Well, I would rather
Oh,
it
the
be
DLC is
$20
like, what,
and
like
then
five?
there'd be like little to no monetization instead of like the Fortnite method where they're shoving monetization crap down your throat, making you spend $50 on a blue skin. Are you kidding me? This
I'm
is
just
more than
thinking-
fair for the work they put in.
I'm thinking of Apex Legends. That battle royale game has way more depth and way more stuff compared to Fall Guys, which is just like 10 Mario mini games on repeat.
Yeah, but the
I
DLC is
can't
like
believe that
$5,
people.
and they tell you
I'd
like,
really.
all you're getting is costumes and maybe some crowns.
Well, I thought it was free, like for everybody. I don't know why. I couldn't fathom paying $20.
But again, it's more accessible and more of a family game than all that other stuff you mentioned. Like this, you could get. Well, Fortnite kids play, obviously, but there's not as much of a difficulty curve in this as there is in Fortnite or Apex. So more people could play it, I guess, and get more bang for their buck out of it rather than playing Fortnite and dropping it, which is
I
good
think
that
the free
Fortnite and
aspect
Apex are
was just
free because
like,
of that
it
aspect.
just came out. They're an indie developer, and they were just like, "Hey, come
Yeah,
play our
they're
game.
indie
And here's like a
developers.
trial run."
It's not like they're the Epic Store where they already have millions and millions of dollars they can afford to make a free game and ask you to pay millions and millions of more dollars. Like they need Mediatonic needs money too.
yeah, they do need money.
I think accessibility is a wonderful point, which you've made a few times now. I also do just appreciate that it's coming from the guy who gets mad when I suggest adding an easy mode to Dark Souls. But on the front of the price and the cost and all of that, I do kind of agree with Nick. I think if not free, I
Which
think maybe
one?
$10 would
think 10
would make me
bucks.
feel a little better. Even though $20 is so low, but I don't know, it does feel like maybe it's just the fact that it came out for free on PlayStation from the get-go,
Right.
that it makes you feel a little weird, like spending the $20 on it, especially when it's limited content. And on that front, I just want to touch really quickly on now that Season 2 is out, which is what we were waiting for to kind of evaluate it as a service. So, what are you getting for your $20? I was really excited thematically for Season 2 because it, it's very like medieval, we have a D&D podcast. Like, of course I was into that. And then I hopped into Season 2 and, I mean, not that I was like, I wasn't expecting it to be a complete overhaul of the game, but I was a little disappointed with how minimal it was, especially with like, I don't know, they made it sound like such a big deal. The game is 80% the same, and then there's like 2-3 new modes that, fit the theme, but like that's pretty much it. Like most of the time you're still playing Season 1. So I would say the seasons are not complete overhauls, which is fine. Just, I guess, keep that in mind. I was maybe
Also,
expecting
for the
like a full
record,
refresh.
the free PlayStation is if you had PS Plus, so you're technically already paying for the service.
Yeah.
Right, but you can't play on PlayStation without the PS Plus anyway.
Exactly.
But
It's like the Nintendo Switch Online model where
Yeah.
you get these games which you wouldn't, you can't play online without it anyways. So
to that point, though, they only released it on 2 platforms. You can only play it on PlayStation and PC. There's no Xbox. There's no Nintendo Switch. Half of what they released it on is free to users, so they probably already took a big hit by doing that.
Bro, you don't think Sony gave them a big cut for that?
They probably did, but that's still like an amazing thing to do for a game like this for an indie developer. Making it $20 normally and free on the PlayStation is amazing. And to your point about the new game modes, and it was a little disappointing, I agree, but they've only been a game for 2 months. They had to work out all their tweaks and all that junk that came out within the first season, and for them to still work on the side to give you 3 new game modes, it's not a lot. It's only 3.
For sure. Just maybe don't bill
overhaul
it
of
as a
the
whole
menu.
season is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think you'll get that in Season 3, but it was such a quick turnaround into Season 2, which I was surprised Season 2 came out so quick.
I didn't think there were
it's-
gonna be seasons, which is why I was like
Yeah.
surprised and then subsequently disappointed.
And people are still playing this game to heck. Maybe not as much as in the month of August, but this game was trending on Twitter as soon as Season 2 came out. So there is still a huge fan base behind this game. And I'll say it. This is, since Overwatch, I think, this is probably my favorite multiplayer game I've ever played online. And the amount of time I've put into it, all that, what they've done with it, like, I've never played a game more than this, multiplayer-wise. So I think they've done an amazing job. Yeah.
You brought up an interesting point, which is, I think, the last thing I had to say regarding this game, which is just the fact the platforms it's available on, PlayStation and PC. And that is so mind-boggling to me. You know, I assume they have a deal with Sony or something, and that's
Probably.
where that was born from. But, like, why is this game not on the Switch? Why is this game not on the Switch? And for that matter, Xbox as well.
Because
And why is it not...
garbage?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, TJ. He's right.
True.
Don't you feel screwed though, having to pay $20?
A little bit. That's kind of what I was saying earlier. We're saying like I wish it was maybe 10 or something like that. But also on that front, which I understand that Sony historically is not a very pro-consumer company, so maybe they had a hand in this, or maybe the studio just can't really handle it at their current size. But also, why is it not cross-platform?
Yeah, that's a big thing. I think that's a studio thing, not really a Sony thing.
Well, Sony has been hostile towards cross-platform, so I wouldn't be surprised, but who knows,
They've gotten more lenient lately, though, so I don't think this time around that was the issue. But to Nick's point, feeling screwed paying $20, that just depends on the player. Like, John didn't play it much, which is totally fair. He didn't care for it. He might feel screwed out of his $20.
I played it a good bit. I still play it random. I just didn't play it religiously.
But to the people that play it every day for months on end, that are getting their bang for their buck out of it, $20 is such a fair price, and absolutely
I agree. If you
fair.
enjoy the game, then of course. If you enjoy that, then
Rather
I
than
think that's with any game. If you enjoy a game, then yeah, it's going to be worth the money. If you don't enjoy it, then you're going to be pissed.
as opposed to Overwatch, that's $60, which again I think is a fair price for that game because it's phenomenal. But like,
it just feels like the other free games you get more out of them. For me,
I mean,
I do understand though they do need to make money if they're a small business. I guess I don't know how else they would.
And again, it was free on half of the platforms they made it for.
Right. That makes me feel bad for PC. Like, why didn't they get that treatment?
PlayStation deal, probably.
Yeah. Why didn't we get that treatment? No, like I'm not. I mean, I'm not that upset. Like I returned it because I wanted my $20 back personally because I knew I was never going to play the game again.
$10 a month or $60 a year.
But
for PC,
I think $10. I would have been fine with $10. Either way, I think regardless of the price, I would have returned it.
I mean, I didn't return it, and like I'm not like super mad about it, but
that's fine. I'm not mad.
I feel like I'm done with it once Cyberpunk comes out and I need memory on my PlayStation. I think it's gonna go away.
And if you're a family that wants to buy it for like your kids and for you to play, $20 is an absolutely fair.
It's not
price.
split screen though. Come on, it's not split screen.
No, but sitting on the couch and watching people take turns and playing it, there's fun in that. Maybe not to us, but to a family. Don't devalue that.
It can be one of those
people watching their kids play.
I know plenty of people that would rather just play Fortnite. I know plenty of people that do just play Fortnite. I have a friend who's like 53 years old and he will play Fortnite with his kids over this.
Yeah.
I think either one is fine, but I'm just like,
I absolutely I agree with Palazzo's point wholeheartedly. But it just seems me speaking from like my personal viewpoint as far as like watching I'm not gonna lie, I don't like watching people play this game. For the same reason that I carry no tension in it, like it's just kind of, it's so goofy that I'm kind of like whatever. Like it doesn't. There's not something to hold my attention the way that like something like an Overwatch or whatever, which I don't watch people play Overwatch either, but something like that where there's more depth to it and you're kind of like it's a little more engaging both gameplay wise and to watch. So like they're different beasts, but I wholeheartedly agree with your point, Palazzo.
There's so much variety too in this game.
I really enjoy watching Palazzo play. Like I really do. Like I watch him play and I get so into it and I'm literally like I'm so tense because he's about to get a crown and then he gets screwed out of it. And like I'll text him after the fact. I'm like, you got screwed out of that crown, dude. What was that? Like what was that?
Well, I'm very competitive, so I probably make it more tense than it actually is.
But still, like the point is like I still get into it. I'm still into it, but like me playing it personally, I'm like, screw this, dude. Like I'm just not having fun. So it's weird. I think that's I don't know. I think it's weird. Whatever.
I feel like John is trying to say something. We can't hear him because his mouth has been moving for a minute. Okay, so that's just me.
But do we have any last things we want to touch on before we move into a vote?
Second place is the worst goddamn feeling in the world in this game.
Yo, for real though.
Made me want to kill myself.
The worst is in hexagons if you fall at the same time as someone and you hit the slime just before they do.
And they have like actively made the levels like randomly more difficult too.
They Swiss cheese the hell out of it, so like you fall through 5 floors when you were doing so well holding it for the like 2 minutes.
Bro, no, the hexagon strategy is to open it up either from the center and make a giant circle so everybody just falls down there and then you just jump on the ring, or start outside in so everybody just falls while you have your little platforms in the center. You will win.
But I think it's very telling that Nick gave enough of a shit to even get one win.
Yeah.
Did you do that with Fortnite?
Right, exactly. With Fortnite, I got to second place, and I was like, "This, I don't even like this."
Right? So I'm not saying like you clearly don't love the game to death because you dropped it, but like it was enough to get you to play enough to get
I'm
that
saying
win.
that it's not going to hook me forever like you.
Right.
Like, I'm bored of it now already.
No,
I did that, and like I played the mini games over. Like I had to practice every mini game to get good to finally get that win. I had to practice the hexagon. I would like get to the end. I'm like, all right, this is my practice round. I'm gonna die, but I need to get my practice in. So yeah, sure enough, I do all this stuff to win, get the hexagon. Did that thing like 10 times before I finally got my win. But I don't want to fucking train like I'm in the army for my video game. I want to play to have fun. I'm trying to have fun. But in my head, I'm like, I got to get this fucking win or else everyone's going to laugh at me. Palazzo's got 12 rounds. I start playing with Palazzo. He gets 1 win immediately in our first game. I'm like, fuck you.
My argument, though, is if you didn't care enough, or if the game wasn't quality enough, you wouldn't care to do that. You know what I mean?
So
There's
with
something
Fortnite, I
there.
didn't
I don't know. I think it's also just like who you are as a person, because Tadas is very interesting. You know?
Yeah, I want to. I guess I want a game where I can kill people or something, and I just can't do it in this game.
You technically can.
That was ridiculous.
People did it to you. People killed you.
Yeah,
in this
no,
game.
I know, but like in real life, I'll be like, get the fuck out of the way! I'm on the seesaw.
It's
funny. But
fucking shoving people.
This is my last thing on the Twitter. I think it's really funny. In terms of watching other people play, they started this meme on there of this guy Tim the Tatman on Twitch. He hadn't gotten a win up until the point where they were memeing about him, and every single day when he was playing, they would just taunt him on Twitter like, "You suck, dude. You don't even have a crown yet. Wow, how awful. You're such a loser." The Twitter page was doing that to this poor Twitch user, and every day he would get it. It was this super big event when he eventually got the crown. So just the little things like that. They know their audience. They know their memes. They're clever. They're funny. It's just it's a great game, guys. It's a great game.
But the Twitter has nothing to do with the actual game.
All right. So I think we're ready to move into a vote. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
In the case of Fall Guys, how do we vote?
Ooh,
Okay,
this is
so
everybody's playing.
Oh, you're going first. I'm gonna know how this vote goes after this one.
Oh, you know what? I'll save it. Actually, I'll save it.
No, go first.
No.
Go.
Because it is true. I think I'm the most in question of the four of us. So I'll save my vote for the end.
I don't want to go first. That's all I have to say.
I'll just get mine out of the way.
You go, Nick.
All right. It was cute. All right.
Oh,
it had its turn.
You just put the
Right.
nail in the coffin right there.
I don't want
It's
to.
cute. It's done.
All right. I'm not gonna pay to play a beer pong or whatever or flip cup like some party games. You know. I did it. It had its turn. If I can play Apex for free, that's held my attention way longer. You know. I'm sorry, and if I got it for free, I can't tell you to get it for free. So, I mean, I can't tell you to pay for it. So, yeah, for me, it's not a buy. It's cute. I hope you got it with PlayStation Plus for free, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't say to buy this game. It's not buy for me.
Barry?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that because that it is maximum of $20, you can buy it because it's guaranteed that it'll give you several hours of fun. We have paid much more money for games who have had much less fun and have played less amount of.
The Last of Us Part 2.
Well, we said not to buy that piece of shit.
There's a list of games that we've reviewed on here where I'm just like, I've spent too much money on this. And granted, I also got Fall Guys for free, but For $20, I would have paid that just because, like, it's fun content, it's easy content, it's fun to play. It's definitely one of those games where you can literally just, like, pick it up at any time and, like, you know what? I got some time to kill. Let me go run a couple of rounds or whatnot. And, like, I have fun playing it. After a while, it can get a little stale. I'm not gonna lie. But, for $20, like, you really can't beat that. Especially, like, it's an indie game. And, yeah. So I'm going to say go ahead and you can buy it.
So that's 1-1. Amanda?
Oh.
I mean...
I'm gonna throw up.
Took it
So
back.
I did have to pay $20 for it, and I returned it. I did not. I did not enjoy playing this game personally. I don't know why. I just didn't have fun. But I think I will still say that you should buy it.
Jesus Hippochrist.
Wait,
Holy
really?
shit.
What?
Hypocrite.
Wait. What just happened? I was so busy laughing at Palazzo's face. What did you just say?
I said that I do think you should buy it though.
Guys,
What is wrong with you?
she returned the game.
I returned. No. Wait, I returned it 'cause I didn't have fun with it.
To be
I
fair,
don't
you
really
gonna ruin
like
our
drama
these
like
kinds
this?
of games.
It also plays.
But-
It depends on the kind of games that you like and that you play as well.
It does. At the end of the day, it
for
does. And
a mass thing, like, because Benetato's is obviously he's running around here and he's playing BioShock. All right, a lot of the kids playing BioShock ain't playing Fall Guys, but. And I'm sorry, you can go back on that.
I enjoyed BioShock, and I think I could. I don't know. I enjoyed other.
Go away.
Copyright.
John can
That's
take it out in
copy.
editing.
Anyway,
No, he can't.
Oh,
No,
really?
he can't actually.
there's gonna be a gap of silence.
No.
You could barely hear
You
it.
idiot.
It's fine. You could barely hear it.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, I do.
Damn it, Amanda.
I think you should.
What?
You just took the
I think
whole
you should.
tension out of the vote. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Guys,
You should have gone. I don't know why you wanted me to go.
All right,
There you
cool.
go.
My
What's the
turn, I
second
guess, before
take
Palazzo
that with a
finishes us
grain
off.
of salt.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all different people. We're all different types of gamers, and we all enjoy different
if
things.
you're gonna play it on PC, just
But-
buy it for the $20. If you don't like it, return it within the 2
I'm
hours.
just saying,
That's-
I never
exactly.
bit my chocolate bar, said gross, took it back and said, yo, but you should try it.
Oh, well, see, I'm very much that type of person. I'm like, I didn't like this, but
She's
here,
like,
maybe
I hated
you
this,
will.
but it might be great for you. I feel you on that.
That's the thing, because the guys, like, you also, like, just because I look at how many other people are actively enjoying this game, and the thing is, I still enjoy watching it. So
You
there is an
haven't
aspect
been
of
in
it
the
that I do
PC
like.
lobbies.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Not recently, you ain't.
Well, not recently, no. But, well, then I guess we could hear your vote then,
Bro,
John. It's
every
your
time
turn.
I try to hop on a match with my brother, I'm waiting like 7 minutes to play a game. Okay, cool. I had a whole like speech ready to like go back and forth to try and like get Palazzo to pee himself a little bit. But I'm just gonna come out the gate and say, bro, this game's boring as hell. Like, as the resident person who carries, like I said, I'm always tense in like every game. Not once. Like, I don't care. I have not won, and I don't care if I win or not. I just play it to kill time. It's an excuse to talk to my brother. Like, that's what it is at this point, because I also have no one else to play it with because it's not cross-platform. It's a bunch of minigames. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's for $10, maybe. It's an indie studio. Sure, they probably deserve some money. Like, they're working hard on it. But unless you got it free on PS Plus, don't waste your money.
You're the only person I've ever seen play that game and not have any kind of reaction. Like the
Sorry
only
about it.
one. I don't
Amanda.
understand it. But also,
Amanda.
John is a story gamer.
Sure, yeah.
That's true.
Amanda, my sweet guardian angel.
Yeah.
I need to send
I
you
can't believe this.
a
Yes,
gift
myself.
basket or something. Whatever your favorite type of candy is, you're gonna get it. It's gonna be a sweet Christmas in the Focasta household.
I want you all to take her vote with a grain of thought, with a grain of salt, because Palazzo for months has been sending death threats to Amanda regarding the
No,
Oh my
it's not
God.
true. This vote was all on her.
Well, no,
I
I have the
One-
screenshots.
wait,
I stopped
She did say
campaigning in
that she
September.
enjoys
Time out.
watching
I'm
people play
speaking.
it.
I'm speaking. Let me speak. First of all, yes, I did receive several death threats. I'm fine. I'm stronger because of it. It did not influence my vote because in a fight between me and Palazzo, no offense, Palazzo, I will win.
Well,
That's all I have to say. I would never fight you though because there's no reason to fight you. So, but yeah, no, he did not influence my decision. You think I enjoy watching Palazzo? Also, we enjoy watching each other suffer. So I would never. I don't think any of us would ever help each other in that way. So, yeah, we're not actually friends. Any of us. So, we should clarify that. We should.
Do your vote. Go ahead. Do your
And
vote.
they were not actual threats. It's all in jest, just so people know.
Of course. Yes, no, they're all jest. We are friends, all of us.
Multiple
I swear.
jests.
Anyway. I won. This game, man. Oh boy. I sank so many hours into this, more than my favorite games of the year. This was my third favorite game of the year until we played Hades about a week or two ago. But this is definitely an easy fourth spot for sure. Family game of the year. Buy it for your kids. Buy it. It's worth $20. Like, even though you missed the PlayStation cutoff for the free month, like, I still think you should pay for it because most likely you will get your money's worth out of it. Like, months of fun. I've been playing it for 2 months. There's peaks and valleys in your enjoyment, but like something new comes out like every week for you to sink your teeth back into it, you know? Just a good old time, man. This is absolutely a buy, and oh my god, I can't believe it won. I didn't think it would coming into this, and I was gonna cry, but it deserves it. Don't let these naysayers like change your mind. This is one of the best games of the year. It took the world by storm in August, and it's gonna keep going strong. So huzzah, we did it.
I'm
we
not
did it,
saying
people of the
you
internet.
say it. I'm not saying it.
I get to say it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
In the case of Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout Edition, it is a buy. Hooray! It did it. Congratulations to all the fallen guys who sacrificed themselves for this moment. You fought bravely, and you fell
right.
valiantly.
Okay.
You did.
In the wake of this tragedy, I would like to thank our patrons, Ann Baird and Jerry Benetatos. Thank you so much for supporting the show. If you like what we do here, please check out the links in the show notes. We have a Patreon where you get access to cool content like our 24-hour reviews. We have a Ko-fi where you could just buy us a little cup of coffee. And yeah, we do cool stuff all the time. Also, if you like Fall Guys for some reason, go check out our other show, Dungeons and Drimbus. Listen to the Fallen Guys. We did a Fall Guys themed D&D session, and I think it was pretty fun. So if you can enjoy Mario minigames, you can go enjoy that episode.
That too. Mario Party is $60. Remember that. And this is a better game, or
But you're
at least the
directly
same game.
It's more engaging.
Nick said it's Mario Party mini games, and this is a $20 version of that, and that's $60.
okay.
Okay, guys. Okay. All right.
All right.
We're done.
Thank you all so much for listening. I guess go play Fall Guys. I guess.
Amanda almost didn't come to this review.
Benetatos, look at him.
Amanda almost
He's
didn't
dead.
come.
I was gonna text my vote to TJ so that if it turned into a tie, he would be the one to share it.
Okay.
Goodbye.
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 Dude, we should have recorded earlier without.
You still would have gotten it.